Besides Daryl and Mark, like, will some of the other friends that you've met along the way be involved in the campus activities?
Yeah, so there's other interactions too that I have. And what's interesting is we're going to do a series of books. So that Daryl story repurposed, we're going to do a story of Mark, Hal, which will be something we're going to, our last final announcement. We have one component later that hasn't been revealed of Ride the Wave was an amazing something else. That was an interaction where I knew it was going to work. He was a gentleman that had a stroke, but when I had left, Kristen was with me. There was a whole energy to Starbucks from that whole interaction. And Heather, among other contacts that I have, yes, they can and contribute as well as we build the network of friends. And, we start to, the problem is they don't trust anybody.
Hmm.
They've run out of trust. They've been burnt every which way. Everybody at my level or above are just on their phones, social media, babies in their own lane. Nobody really knows what's happening down there. So, the purpose of the show, the first step is really to shed light.
Hmm. Yeah, like how can they trust anyone?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
like if you're in that situation, if you're homeless, 9 times out of 10 you have family, and you just never know the dynamic as far as whether family members tried to help and they decided they could no longer help, or whether or not the person was married and then they got a divorce and fell on hard times afterwards. That's why, like you said, the stories are so important. Trying to
Yeah.
get intel on exactly what happened. But yeah, there's no way they can trust anyone at that point.
No, and it's only by God's grace that I'm not homeless. I mean, I just happened to be born where I was at the with the safety nets in place. Anything I did was self. I could have got addicted to drugs. I was experimenting prior, or I was what prevented me from getting into an accident or something severe like that. So people have to realize that it could easily be them. And with COVID, I mean, now we know it could be taken away like that.
Hmm.
So, that kind of the empathy is what's missing